Hello, and welcome to the Leap Lounge podcast. I'm your host, Joan Russell, a change coach and transformation strategist here to help you turn life's big changes into powerful growth. The Leap Lounge is both an in person and online support squad for people ready to take bold leaps, whether in life, career, or purpose. If you're standing at the edge of something new and wondering, what's next? You're in the right place. Are you ready to leap into the unknown? Let's go. Hi there, and welcome to the Leap Lounge. I'm Joan, and today we're doing a little talk about having a life without regrets. I told this story the other day, and people were a little shocked by it, but here it goes. Many years ago, I set a Google alert for my name just to see if there were any press releases coming out. I was working in corporate, there was some things happening, and I thought it would be fun to set up just a Google alert for my name. My name is Joan Russell. It's an old-timey name. It's a name that generally 80-year-olds have. And so what would happen was every once in a while, I'd get an alert on my name for me, but about once a week instead, I'd get an obituary for another Joan Russell, maybe in North Carolina or some other state that I'm not in. And some Joan Russells were fairly young, actually in their 30s, which kind of surprised me that people were still being named Joan in their 30s. But generally, they were like in their 90s or their 80s, and they're living in middle America, and they've got these huge families because, a lot of people don't do obituaries if it's just for you and one other person in the family. So usually it would be, Joan Russell, deceased husband, and this whole list of kids, and she's 93 years old on average. And it was fascinating to me. At first, it was kind of disconcerting with, oh my God, why am I getting all these obituaries? But then it became kind of a source of strength, kind of a place of power, because if I'm dead, what have I done with my life? So it made me think about that in particular, because I'm reading these obituaries and they're usually, these older women who have been good family women and she loved their kids, but it seemed kind of boring to me, which I know is kind of awful because a really good family life and a quiet life, living with an excellent husband and doing the things that you love in other ways. And what I always loved to do was, since I was a kid, I wanted to go on adventures. I wanted to travel the world. I wanted to make a difference. So for me, it turned into a form of Memento Mori. And I don't know if you've heard about that, but it's a reminder that we're all going to die someday. Kind of morbid, right? At the same time, it's a reminder for you to get living. That's how it served for me. So I have taken that to heart over these years, and I've done my best to live a life without regrets. It goes back to that poem with, what are you going to do with this one wild and crazy life that you have? And I've been blessed enough to have extreme highs in my career and extreme lows where I've lost everything. And every single time there's been growth that's come out of it. So I've really, really learned to love, hate change, but learn how to roll with it. And that's what I do now is I help people solve for fear of change in their lives. And I'm constantly solving for fear of change in my life as well. I'm not here to play it safe. And you aren't either. And that's one of the things I want to get across today is that we aren't here to play it safe. We're here to live our life. As small as we want it to be, as big as we want it to be, and as beautiful as we want it to be. And of course, there's going to be changes in life. Constantly. Change is the only constant in life. So you either get busy living or you have fear. And that's one of the things I love about doing the Leap Lounge is we get together every once in a while and talk about our fears, talk about what we're worried about, talk about the things that are holding us back from taking these big leaps and these big changes in our lives. So I know that this is a very, very short episode today, but I want you to think, and I'd love for you to journal about what that means to you. because just being here on Earth as we are, we're all gonna die. We're mortal. I know vampires really want you to think that you're immortal, but it doesn't work that way. We all die. So, what does that look like at your funeral? Are you going to be the mom who had a great life and lived into their 90s and had kids and grandkids and all of these wonderful things, which is fan-frickin-tastic? Or are you going to be a person who does their most for other people or for themselves? I mean, what is it that you want to do with this one wild and crazy life? So take a journal, take a page out, and think about what you want your life to look like. Not just now, but in 2 years or 5 years, or what you would want people to say about you at your funeral. I'm curious what you say, and I'd love to hear from you. So if you want to email me any of this information or post it on our Instagram or just share it with the world, just tag the Leap Lounge. Or you can feel free to email me, send me information. Intuitivenorth.com is the website address, and then you'll find more info on the Leap Lounge there. And with the Leap Lounge, you have a support squad that can help you create clarity and confidence in whatever your next steps may be, whatever leap you want to take. So think about that. Think about what you want to do with your life. Memento Mori. Have a wonderful week ahead. Thank you for joining us at the Leap Lounge today. Please be sure to like and follow us. To find out more about the Leap Lounge, visit us online. Go to theleaplounge.com. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.